Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and a very good morning. So today we continue our lecture on chapter 5, which is hypothesis testing about the main. Okay, last week you already learned the step of solving hypothesis testing. Okay, each step how you want to solve. You know that in hypothesis testing you have two methods. The first one is a p-value approach. The second one is critical value approach. Okay. So today we are learn for the full step for each questions how to solve using p-value approach and how to solve using critical value approach. So we have part to solve hypothesis testing. The first one, when you know the value of sigma. Remember, what is the value of sigma? Sigma is the standard deviation for population. Okay. So first of all, when you get the question in terms of hypothesis testing, you find first, okay, whether the question give the value of sigma or it is give value of S. Both are standard deviation, but first sigma is standard deviation for population. The second one, S, standard deviation for sample. If the question given to you S means that you don't know the value of sigma. So if the question have S, you need to use T distribution. Okay, if you have value of sigma, so you can use Z distribution. Okay, so first you need to identify. After you identify, baru you tengok you nak guna p-value approach or critical value approach. Okay, so learning objective, of course lah, you can perform test hypothesis testing when you know the value of sigma. And then the second one, you can perform hypothesis testing when you don't know the value of sigma. Okay, looks the first one. Using p-value approach. Okay, question usually ask you using p-value approach, so you can use value approach. If question mention using critical value approach, so you know use critical value approach. If the question not mention whether p-value or critical value approach, so you can choose either one. Okay, but if your sigma is unknown, dia hanya ada satu method sahaja kalau sigma tak tahu, yang kita guna T, which is critical value approach. P akan ada dua, sigma known akan ada dua method lah. So what is p-value approach? Okay, p-value approach, when you want to use the probability, P stands for probability, that we use to compare with level of significance. What is level of significance? Level of significance is a value of alpha. If you still remember last week, we learned level of significance. And level of significance always given by the question. If the question not given level of significance, you cannot solve hypothesis testing. Okay? And then it is depend on the nature of the test. Okay? What is the nature of the test? Last week, you already learned. Nature of the test, we have three. The first one is left tail test. Okay, left tail test, right tail test, and two tail test. All this nature or all this tail must refer to hash 1. Okay, dia kena tengok dekat hash 1. If your hash 1 less than, ingat hash 1 tak boleh ada sama sekali equal sign. Hash not je ada boleh equal sign. Okay, so refer to hash 1. If your hash 1 less than, so it's become left tail. If your H1 is right, then Santa awak dekat mana ni? Tengah masak ke tu? Macam kat sayur je. Okay. If your H1 is better than right tail test. And then if your H1 is not equal, okay, so that one is two tail. Okay. And how to make a decision? Nah, in order to make decision, you must perform this step. P-value approach have 6 steps. Kita dah belajar last week. The first one is state the null and alternate hypothesis. Means that you must to identify what is your H0, what is your H1. Okay. Step 2, specify level of significance is a value of alpha. 3, calculate the standardized test statistic. How to calculate standardized test statistic? Z equal to x bar minus mu divided by sigma over N. Okay. After you get the value of Z, you can find the p-value. P-value, you must refer to the area that corresponding to Z that you get from from the step 3. Okay. And then after you get the value of P, okay, remember the value of P must refer to the tail. Left tail, right tail to tail. Macam mana nak dapat? Kejap lagi kita tengok. And then step 5, make a decision. How to make a decision? Based on value of P by comparing with the value of alpha. If your P value less than alpha, so we reject H0. If P value greater than alpha, fail to reject H0. Remember, I said last week, on the making decision, we don't have the terms of accept H0. Dia hanya ada dua je. Whether you reject H0 or fail to reject H0. Semua ayat mesti berkait dengan H0 and then mesti ada perkataan reject only. Reject H0 or fail to reject. Ataupun kalau tak nak guna fail to reject, do not reject H0. Faham? Then last step is make a conclusion based on your claim by referring to your decision on the step 5. Okay? And then looks on the example 6. A lecturer state that IQ score for university student must be higher than the other people which has an average of 110. So this one average 110 based on your population. So 110 is your mu. Okay. Prove his hypothesis 25 university students. So this one is your N. Were choose and given an IQ test. The result shows that the mean IQ score for 25 university students is 114. Okay, so the result show this 114 is your X bar because based on mean of the sample. Okay, so this 114 is your X bar. Assume that the population standard deviation is 10. Maksudnya, standard deviation duduk dalam ayat population. So, yang dia bagi adalah sigma. Bila sigma, awak kena guna Z test. Okay. So, in this case, we are using p-value approach. So, first of all, you need to identify what is your H0, what is your H1. Okay. State the null and alternate hypothesis. So, tengok. Apa? An average of 110 higher than. Apa maksud higher than? Greater than. Greater than ada equal sign or not? tak ada equal sign. Bila tak ada equal sign, dia akan duduk dekat hash 1. Sorry. Dia akan duduk dekat hash 1. Sebab tak ada greater than. Okay. So this one is higher than. So your claim is at hash 1. Okay. After you identify step 1, next proceed to step 2. Step 2, identify the level of significance. Level of significance is already given by your question, 0.05. So alpha equal to 0.05. And then your N list down all the item given because you want to use in step 3. Calculate. Okay. So N equal to 25. X bar equal to 114 and sigma equal to 10. So after you have all these um, items, so you can find step 3. Calculate the standardized state statistic. How to calculate? We know that Z equal to X bar minus mu divided by N over sigma sigma over n. Okay, so just substitute here, so you can get 2 value of z. Okay, after you get 2 value of z, step 2. Step 2 tak ada apa. Step 2 hanyalah identify je level of significance. Level of significance dah bagi dalam you punya soalan. Alpha. Alpha equal to 0.005. Macam tu sahaja step 2. Ni. Ni je. Identify level of significance. Lepas tu you listkan sekali lah semua item yang ada. Sebab kita nak guna benda tu semua tu. N equal to 25. Sigma bar equal to 114. Sigma equal to 10 tu you nak guna dalam what we call it dalam step 3. Okay, calculate. Okay. So, you akan dapat 2. After you get 2, you want to proceed to step 4. Okay. Step 4, awak kena tengok table. Okay. Tengok table. So, awak tengoklah Z equal to 2. Okay. Tengok table. Z equal to 2, berapa awak dapat? Okay, kejap. Make sure buka table semua. Z equal to 2, 0.9772. Okay. So, when you refer table 0.9772, remember, this value is less than. Nah, ingat tu. Ini adalah less than. Tapi, in these problems, your H1. Yes, H1. H1 is tail you adalah tail greater than. So, to get the value of P, awak kena buat 1 minus 0.9972. Ni. Awak akan dapat P equal to 0.0228. Kenapa dapat 0.228? Because you is referring right tail. Your table is table less than. Table left tail. So that's why kita kena buat 1 minus. Kalau you adalah left tail, so you direct ambil daripada table. Okay? If you are referring to two tail. Two tail, ingat two tail. Jawapan dalam table awak akan darab dengan 2 untuk dapat value P. Okay? Boleh faham? Sekali lagi saya ulang. Right tail. Jawapan dalam table after you refer to Z for right tail, awak kena buat 1 minus jawapan table for right tail. Left tail, just straight take from your table. Okay, jawapan dia. If till jawapan table, you must times by 2. Okay? Boleh? Faham semua? In identify p-value. Sebab p-value approach, yang ni kritikal sikit lah. Dia beza dengan step lain. Boleh? Faham ke tidak tu? Okay. So, when you have p-value equal to 0.22, okay, so step 5, make decision. Ingat, how to make decision, tadi saya dah cakap, p-value approach refer to the value of alpha. Alpha is level of significance yang duduk dekat tu tadi. Okay, so alpha u adalah 0.005. Since your p less than alpha, we reject hash naught. Okay. If your p value greater than alpha, fail to reject hash naught. So in this case, your p value less than alpha. So if your value less than alpha, so we reject hash naught. Okay, bila you dah reject hash naught, kita bolehlah buat conclusion. How to make a conclusion? There is enough evidence to support the claim that the IQ score for university student must be higher than the other people IQ, which has an average of 110. Actually, in order to make a conclusion, awak tengok balik soalan tu je. Soalan dia bercerita pasal claim. Okay, untuk this case, claim dia duduk kat mana tadi? Claim dia duduk dekat hash 1 kan? Okay, claim dia adalah hash 1. Claim. Okay, and then your decision adalah reject hash naught. What does mean of reject hash naught? Bila you reject hash naught, maksudnya you terima hash 1. Okay, bila you reject hash naught. Bila you reject hash naught, you terima hash 1, maksudnya you support your claim. So, that is enough evidence to support the claim. Selebihnya ni, copy je balik daripada soalan. Any problem? Ayo, macam mana nak tahu right tail or left tail? Last week saya dah ajar. Tengok kepada hash 1. Ingat, tengok pada hash 1. If hash 1 less than left tail. Kalau hash 1 is right, greater than right tail. If your hash 1 not equal to tail, dia kena refer tu pada hash 1. Dan ingat, hash 1 tak boleh ada equal sign. Faham, Noradilah Azwin? Tengok kepada hash 1. Okay. Less than, left tail. Right than, greater than, right tail. Not equal to tail. Okay. Settle. Example 7. A company claims that the main amount of carbon in the printed section of Apple food wrap is, okay, tengok is. What does mean of is? Equal to 35. We know that when it have equal sign, dia tak boleh ada dekat hash 1. So, this one akan duduk dekat hash naught. So, in this case, your hash naught is your claim. Sebab yang dia claim adalah is 35. Okay. It is report that excessive amount of carbon will be harmful for the food. Researcher took a sample. So, your N equal to 50. Rep found that mean. So, 39 is your X bar. Sebab dalam satu ayat sampel, ada juga bercerita pasal mean. Okay. Tengok standard deviation. It is known that the amount of carbon for all paper. Bila ada all apa? mesti bercerita pasal population. So, dalam population tu ada standard deviation. So, 14 is your sigma. So, in this case, it's given to you the value of sigma. Okay, find the p-value for the test. So, awak kena guna p-value approach. Okay, in p-value approach, first step sama je dalam method mana-mana. Awak kena, first step mesti kena identify H0, H1. Apa H0, H1? Macam saya cakap tadi lah. H0 is mu equal to 35, where it is your claim because it's 35 ni. And then your H1, mu not equal to 35. Since mu is not equal to 35, this one at H1, so this one is two-tailed test. Okay, ni adalah two-tail. Sebab H1 dia tak equal. Okay, boleh faham? Okay, next. Specify the level of significance. Level of significance memang dah terang-terang tulis sini. Alpha equal to 0.05. Bila awak dah tahu alpha equal to 0.05, you list lah semua sekali. What is your X bar? What is your mu? What is your n? Sebab benda tu we want to use in order to solve on step 3. So your alpha equal to 0.05 here. Your X bar equal to 39. Your sigma equal to 14. Since you already have all the item needed in order to solve the step 3, so awak boleh proceed kepada step 3, calculate the value of Z. Okay. Bila you calculate the value of Z, you can get 2.02. Again, awak dapat 2.02, awak pun tengoklah table Z 2.02. Bila awak tengok table Z 2.02, awak akan dapat 0.9783. Okay. Ingat, 0.9783 adalah less than semua ni. Ni. Lorek ni. Yang awak nak cari hanyalah tepi je. Tengah tak nak. That's why kita kena buat 1 minus 0.9783. So, awak akan dapat 0.0217. Okay. And then times by 2. 1 times by 2 sebab dia ada both side. Sini dengan sini. Boleh? Faham macam mana nak cari two-tail for value of P? Boleh tak? Boleh tak beza antara two-tail, left tail dengan right tail in order to find value of P? Okay. Dalam buku lain. Buatlah. Tengok apa yang saya ajar. Dalam buku lagi sikit value dia tu. Ubah. Ulang balik seulang yang mana? Tak faham kenapa 1 minus? 1 minus sebabnya, okey. Bila awak tengok 2.02. Okey. 2.02 duduk kat mana? Ni, duduk kat positive side. 2.02 duduk kat sini. 2.02. But your table is table less than. Remember, kalau table less than maksudnya dia membari masuk sini semua ni. Ni. Table less than. Tapi you want to solve for two tail. Tail, dia hanya ambil yang ni sahaja. Sebelah kiri sikit, sebelah kanan sikit. Sebab tu kita buat 1 minus. Bila awak buat 1 minus yang 0.9783 ni, awak akan dapat baru sebelah Kan? Kalau awak dapat 1 minus kan? Sebab 0.9783 ni semua value kat sini ni. So, bila awak buat 1 minus, awak akan dapat yang value sini. Sahaja. Tapi, memandangkan dia two tail, awak kena darab dengan 2. Supaya awak ada jawapan sebelah kanan, awak ada jawapan sebelah kiri. Sebab tu awak akan dapat 0.0434 for two tail. Kalau dia left tail, awak tolak sahaja. Kalau left tail, direct daripada table. Okay? Left tail direct from table. Right tail 1 minus value table. Two tail 1 minus value table times by 2. Gitu. Okay? Boleh? Left tail direct from table sebab your table adalah table less than. Right tail 1 minus value table. Two tail 1 minus value table times by 2. Boleh faham? Muhammad Hazman? Ada pula bolehlah kod. Okey. Kita bagi nak terkeluar anak tekak bulan-bulan puasa ni, dia boleh lakut. Okay, next. Make a decision. Since you already get the value of P, so awak bolehlah buat make decision. Ingat, P, you kena compare dengan value of alpha. Okay. Since your P equal to 0.0434, so less than 0.05. So, you akan reject H0. Bagi apa-apa tail, yes, betul Lim Yuki. If P value less than alpha, reject H0. P value greater than alpha, fail to reject H0. Sebab kita compare dua tu. Okay? Boleh? Okay? And then, make a conclusion. There is enough evidence to reject the claim. Kenapa kita reject the claim? Sebab, tengok step 1 tadi, claim awak duduk dekat H0. Claim awak. Okay? Claim awak duduk dekat H0. But now, you reject H0. So, there is enough evidence to reject the claim. Copy balik je ni ayat daripada soalan. Okay? Any problem on p-value approach before I proceed to critical value approach? Ada soalan tak? Tak ada. Okay. Next. Critical value approach. Critical value approach also same thing, but it's different in order to make a value on Z0. Okay, kalau P value approach, kita cari value of P. Kalau critical value approach, kita cari value of Z0. Okay. So, dia hanya ada 5 step only. The first step, state the null and alternate hypothesis. Sama je, H0 and H1. Step 2, dia beza sikit. Determine the critical value Z0. Okay. Get the value of Z0, we get from the statistical table. Macam mana nak dapat? By using value of alpha. Okay. When alpha equal to 0.05 sebagai contoh. Okay. So, kita akan ambil dari dalam. Okay. So, nak dapat value of Z0 ni, kita tengok sebagai contoh alpha equal to 0.05. So, awak pun tengoklah table. Table 0.05, awak kena tengok dekat negatif. Abaikan dulu positif negatif. Ni, abaikan dulu yang tepi ni, positif ke negatif ke. Sebab positif or negative must be referred to tail. Okay. So, awak cari 0.05 because your alpha equal to 0.05. So, you carilah 0.05. Yang mana yang paling dekat dengan 0.05? So, tengok. 0.05. Ingat dia kena tengok dari dalam keluar. Okay, sebab kita nak cari value Z0. So, awak cari 0.05 kat sini. Ni. Antara dua. Between 0.40495 or 0.0505. So, kalau awak tengok 0.05 ni, dia duduk tengah-tengah. Sini. Nak ambil 1.55 pun ya, nak ambil 1.54 pun ya. Okay, so you can choose either one. Sebab dia duduk tengah-tengah. Okay, sebelah sini pun beza dia 5, sebelah kanan pun beza dia 5. So you can choose either one. So your answer is 1.55 ataupun 1.54. Okay, boleh. So, kalau dia adalah left tail. Kalau dia left tail, so Z0 awak akan jadi negative value. Negative 1.55 sebagai contoh. Kalau dia left tail. Okay. Kalau dia right tail, dia akan jadi positif 1.55. Dia right tail. Kalau dia two tail, so you have two value. Negative 1.55 and positive 1.55. Sebab 0.05 duduk dekat negatif. Sebab tu saya kata tadi, abaikan dulu positif dan negatif. Awak kena tengok alpha 0.05 tu duduk kat mana. 0.05 tu memang akan duduk dekat negatif lah. 0.01 pun akan duduk kat negatif. Kenapa 1.15? 1.55? Ke saya tersilap? Kejap saya pun. Sebab saya dah terlorek yang tu tak nampak. 1.6. Okay, 1.6. 1.65. Okay. Sorry. 1.65 or 1.64. You can choose either one. Sebab dia duduk tengah-tengah tu. 0.55 duduk tengah-tengah. Dia akan cari yang paling hampir. Okay. Okay, next. Bila awak dah dapat value Z, so boleh cari Z lah. Z calculation step 3 sama. Okay, and then step 4, tengok from the rejection region. Rejection region kita dah belajar last week. Okay, and then boleh buat conclusion. Sebagai contoh, okay, this one. Awak ada left tail. Left tail, we know that on the right, left side, your rejection region. This one is a value of Z0. If your Z calculation yang awak kira tu, X bar minus mu divide by sigma over Zn false, duduk dekat yang awak lorek ni, lebih kecil daripada Z0, so kita akan reject H0. For right tail, if your Z calculation, so Z0 awak yang awak refer akan duduk sebelah kanan lah, lebih besar daripada Z0, kita akan reject H0. But if two tail, dia kena ada plus minus, ada dua side. Kalau dia false on the rejection region, so awak akan reject H0. Boleh faham? Okay, looks on the example. Manufacturer who produce a refrigerator claims that the average repair cost for any damage in the refrigerator is not more than. Tengok. Not more than. Apa not more than? Simbol dia macam mana? So, awak kena tahu semua tu. Customer 31 is your N. And then mean. Mean yang bercerita pasal sample. So, this one is your X bar. And then standard deviation. Population. So, this one is your sigma. Okay, so you nak guna critical value approach. First step also same thing. Identify the null and alternate hypothesis. So your H naught is your claim because not more than is less than equal to 170 is your claim. Okay. What is your step 2? Step 2 determine the critical value. Okay, what is critical value Z naught? So awak tengok alpha U adalah 0.01. So awak tengoklah table 0.01. Okay, awak tengok table 0.01, 0.01, 0.01. Ni. Antara dua value tu. Okay. Kalau you ambil 0.102, bezanya adalah 2. Dengan 0.01. Ingat yang awak nak adalah 0.01. Okay. So, we choose 0.0099. Sebab 0.0099 beza dengan 0.01 adalah 1. Okay. Tapi kalau awak ambil 0.0102, bezanya adalah 2. So, we choose 2.33. Okay. Dia kena ambil yang hampir. Boleh. Kalau yang tadi, sebab dia dua-dua beza 5. Ambil yang 0.495 pun beza 5. 0.505 pun beza 5. So, you can choose either one. But this one, yang paling hampir adalah 2.33. Okay. So, you choose 2.33. Okay. Ingat. 2.33 is since. So you can get the value of Z naught. So Z naught U adalah 2.33. Okay. And then we reject H naught if Z naught greater than 2.33. Sebab dia adalah right tail. So kita akan reject bila lebih besar daripada 2.33. Okay. So step 3. Calculate the standardized test statistic ni sama je. Z equal to X bar minus mu divide by sigma over N. So you can get 1.3609. Determine the rejection region. So fail to reject H naught. Kenapa fail to reject H naught? Because your Z calculation 1.3609 do not fall in the rejection region. Sebab rejection region bordernya adalah 2.33. Tapi awak dapat lagi kecil daripada tu. Bukannya duduk dekat rejection region. So, fail to reject H naught. Bila fail to reject H naught, awak boleh buat conclusion. There is enough evidence to support the claim. Sebab claim awak tadi adalah duduk dekat H naught. Then in this case, awak fail to reject H naught. Bila fail to reject H naught, so awak support your claim that the average repair cost for any damage in the refrigerator not more than 170. Any problem? Faham koridor? Ke tak tahu nak tanya yang mana? Faham Okey. Kalau faham, saya akan masuk next one. This one also critical value approach, but sigma unknown. Sigma tak tahu, method sama. Cuma yang ni kita akan guna T. T distribution. Sebab sigma you unknown. So T distribution, tengok table T awak. Ada kat belakang Z tu ada table T. Ni. Ni table T. Okay. In order to read table T, awak kena be careful. Sebab you have degree of freedom. And then, if your alpha two tails, awak kena baca yang bawah ni. If your alpha one tail, awak kena baca yang tengah itu. So, please do not confuse when you read a table for T distribution. Alpha two tail at the bottom table and then one tail. One tail maksudnya tak kisah dia left tail or right tail. Okay? Boleh. And then degree of freedom. Degree of freedom is equal to number of sample minus 1. Ni, degree of freedom and minus 1. Okay? Okay. Next. Looks on the example. Sebelum example, tengok step dia sama je. Beza dia, this one, step 2, you find critical value approach T naught. So this one, from statistical table, prefer table T distribution. And then calculate, dia guna T lah. When you use T, this one is not sigma, but S. Cara nak buat rejection, sama sahaja decision dia. Okay, if your T calculation falls on the rejection region, so we reject H0. If your T calculation do not falls on the rejection region, fail to reject H0. Benda sama sahaja. Okay, so now we look on the question. A technician in the car service center claims that average time for car complete to service is, tengok, is 2.5. Kalau is maksudnya equal. Equal 2.5. When 2.5 is equal, so sini adalah hash not. Okay. Your claim is your hash not. Okay. Lepas tu awak baca lagi. The customer made a complaint to the customer service saying that the average time is more than that. Okay. Based on the sample of 18, customer, the average time. So 2 is your X bar. And then with a standard deviation. Tengok. Standard deviation yang dia beri itu adalah duduk dalam ayat sample. When your standard deviation is on the sample sentence, so this one is S. 0.98 itu adalah S. Bukannya sigma. So, bila dia S, awak kena guna T distribution. Beza antara S dan T. Okay? S dengan Z dengan T. Boleh faham? Kenapa soalan ni kita guna T distribution? Sebab dia menerangkan pasal sample standard deviation. Okay? Macam mana nak identify sample population? Kita dah belajar on chapter 1. Ingat tu. Okay. Take the null hypothesis. Macam saya terang tadi. Okay. H0 equal to mu equal to 2.5. If your claim H1 equal to mu not equal to 2.5. Okay. Ni based on the claim here is 2.5. Okay. Then second one, determine the critical value T naught. Again, you must refer to the 0.001, 0.001, 0.01. Okay. And then this one is two tail. Degree of freedom n minus 1. So 17. Awak pun tengoklah table 0.012 tail. Ha ni yang belakang ni. Okay. 17. So awak akan dapat 2.898. Okay. So your T naught is 2.898. Okay. Since this is two tail, so your T naught have two. Okay, negative and positive. That's why we put as T naught equal to plus minus 2.9. And we rejection region when T less than negative 2.898 or T greater than 2.898. Okay. So next, we calculate value of T sama sahaja. So you can get negative 2.1648. And then, we fail to reject hash naught. Kenapa fail to reject hash naught? Because T equal to negative 2.1646 do not fall on the rejection region. Okay? Boleh faham tak? Faham kan? Okay, so you boleh buat conclusion. There is not enough evidence to reject the company claims that the average time for a car to complete its service is 2.5 hours. Any problem? Okay. If you don't have any problem, that's all lah untuk kita punya